Hey, bonjour, bonsoir tout le monde, c'est Bukibarak. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour l'épisode 5 de Stanley Parable, n'est-ce pas? Souvenez-vous, la dernière fois on avait eu une histoire qui était pas très... D'ailleurs, pourquoi cette fois?
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
D'accord, je peux fermer la porte mais je peux pas l'ouvrir. Alors, peut-être que c'est une suite. Alors, si c'est une suite, par contre je vais voir combien de temps ça prend, mais ce sera pas forcément l'épisode 5. On va éteindre tous les ordi, hein. J'en ai ras le cul, moi de ces ordi de merde. Ah, et les portes ne se ferment plus sur elles-mêmes maintenant. Est-ce que moi par contre je peux les fermer? Ouais, mais je peux les rouvrir aussi. Bon. Du coup on est dans la merde. Input received. Attendez. On peut rien faire, putain ce jeu est rempli d'énigmes. Alors on continue. On regarde s'il y a quelque chose qui a changé, mais non. Toujours deux portes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alors peut-être qu'effectivement c'est une nouvelle aventure.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Non.
Ah, yes, truly a room.
Oh non, c'était un nouvel épisode. Ou alors il y avait quelque chose à faire mais j'ai pas trouvé.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Alors, on va
Stanley
voir,
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Alors si ici il n'y a pas quelque chose. Attendez, là il y a l'air d'y avoir quelque chose. Non,
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
Ah là aussi le dialogue, pardon, continue.
That even though
Peut-être
all
que...
your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and
On va rester aussi dans cette salle un petit moment.
really worth it.
Non, rien à faire ici. Rien à faire non plus.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Alors on va continuer d'attendre ici, hein, puisque le dialogue continue comme vous voyez. Peut-être que ce sera comme dans la meeting room. Dans le placard à chiottes.
Waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Il y a quelque chose à découvrir ici, j'en suis certain. Ah, regardez, ce trait de lumière est bleu tandis que tous les autres sont jaunes. Je découvre... Oh. Non, c'est juste une porte bizarre. Le dialogue s'est arrêté intégralement. Peut-être que c'est juste moi qui me gourre. Hein. On peut rien faire. Non. Non. Je cherche un peu partout. Hein. Bon, on dirait pas. Allez, on continue.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Alors évidemment qu'on va pas faire ça. Là y a rien. J'essaie de trouver un peu des trucs. Hein. Là on arrive
Stanley was
ici.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alors cette fois-ci on va essayer de sauter, hein, de se suicider, n'est-ce pas? Est-ce que vous croyez que je meurs? Moi la réponse serait évidemment oui, selon moi. Là vous avez vu qu'on a des cartes à insérer mais on peut rien utiliser. Hein. Bah écoutez, on va sauter.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Non, c'était pas la bonne solution. Fuck. Bon écoutez, celui-là, je vais pas, on va repartir. Hein. C'était.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Celui-là, il était pas bien.
Decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire? Bon, ah ah, on a l'air d'avoir un truc différent ou bien... Il y avait déjà ça là, ça me dit tellement rien du tout. Oh non, 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 je suis pas fou, hein, tout ça n'existait pas. Bien. Alors... Ah merde. Attendez, retour en arrière. Je t'ai oublié quelque chose, c'est pas possible. Là, ça y avait pas avant, j'en suis sûr, à 900 milliards %. Dites-moi que j'ai oublié quelque chose. Je dirais pas, hein. Je vais fermer la porte. Non. Non. Est-ce que je peux ouvrir celle-là maintenant? Non. Put received, hein. Toujours la même merde. Cette fois-ci d'ailleurs il est pas au même endroit. Hop, on éteint celui-là. Je sais pas ce que je fous. Hein. On éteint celui-là aussi. On ferme sa porte. Non.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ah, parfait. Alors, bureau 432, mon métier à moi, c'est de tailler des crayons. Je ne fais que ça toute ma journée.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Je peux ouvrir la porte si tu veux. Quelle bande d'enfoirés. Bon bah non, hein. On dirait pas que j'ai loupé quelque chose. Bon, il y a toujours ce truc d'un... Attendez, si je ferme cette porte... Je peux pas fermer celle-là. Je peux pas ouvrir celle-là. S'il apparaît, je ferme les portes. Ouais, je pense pas que c'est une histoire de porte, ce serait trop compliqué. Une poudre received, hein, mais j'ai pas le received. Donc rien à faire par ici. On est en train de...
I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No, 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 no. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
D'accord, je sais pas pourquoi ça a commencé à se dire en anglais, c'était juste que...
No, apparently not.
Ouais, je sais pas, là je comprends plus grand chose, putain. Le dialogue revient en anglais, ils ont pas encore tout traduit on dirait, hein, mais ils bossent sur la traduction. Il s'est juste rappelé, il s'est dit tiens, bizarre, c'est vrai qu'il y a cette échelle dans le bureau là qui mène à l'extérieur, cherche le gars avec son cœur, puis qu'il se rendu compte que il y avait jamais personne là-dedans. Bon, ici il y a rien à foutre. Bon, écoutez, on va continuer, j'en ai ras le cul. Putain, je me suis coincé dans la porte. Ça, c'était le détail nul. Bien, on continue donc. Toujours pas moyen d'ouvrir cette putain de porte. Non. Pas moyen d'ouvrir les autres. Non. Celle-là, pas moyen de la fermer non plus. Celle-là, pas moyen d'ouvrir. Pas moyen d'ouvrir. On continue. Pas moyen d'ouvrir. Bon, écoutez, j'ai rien trouvé. On va quand même continuer par là.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bouh, qu'est-ce qu'on fait cette fois? Allez.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Rien dans ce bureau. Ce bureau, ça continue quelque part, mais pas moyen d'ouvrir. Ce bureau, que dalle.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible.
C'est bizarre qu'ils disent chaque fois que c'est magnifique, que c'est... Je veux dire, ok, c'est une salle de réunion, quoi. J'essaie d'attendre voir si le dialogue a changé. S'il me redit la même merde, on va continuer. Non, il dit la même merde.
Really worth it being. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alors, on va traverser la première porte à gauche. Et on va continuer tout droit.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Si je reviens en arrière. Cette fois-ci, je reviens complètement en arrière. Alors, il y a un peu moyen de faire quelque chose. C'est bizarre parce que cette porte, on peut la rouvrir. Hein, donc, il y a peut-être moyen de faire quelque chose. Si maintenant je repars là-bas.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Bon, c'est pas grave. On aura au moins essayé. Hein. Non, pas moyen de faire quoi que ce soit. Bon, là, c'est suicide. Hein, on le sait maintenant. Je pense que pas moyen de... Do not jump from the gravel left while is in motion will cause death. Sans blague.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Là, j'ai déjà été.
I'm not
Hein.
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
C'est toujours cette histoire de femme. Hein. Il y avait dans une autre histoire et puis la dernière fois. Si là je reviens dessus. Il ne se passe strictement rien, il n'y a pas moyen de faire quoi que ce soit sans crever. Non, on va continuer tout droit, écoutez. Tac. Hangar, rien de particulier. Continue tout droit. Continue tout droit. Oh putain.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
It's definitely
here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Bon, on a un petit film.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Putain, on dirait un programme de Windows 2000, quoi. C'est une souris. Attends,
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome
Putain, bordel de chien.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Ouais, c'est pas mal détérioré.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Putain, c'est énormément détérioré là. Bon bah, allez, attendez, il y a un panneau exit. Danger, danger everywhere. Pardon. Danger everywhere. Bon, il y a rien à faire par ici, on se casse. Maintenant. Ok, je pourrais peut-être réutiliser ce machin. Quand même essayer d'aller par là pour rien faire. Là il y a quoi? P1. Je sais pas ce que c'est. Ah ah, maintenant il y a des petites parcelles de sécurité qui m'empêchent de sauter. Je crois que...
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Merci. Effectivement, j'ai plus le moyen de me suicider là. Dommage. Donc, mission du jour, essayer de se tuer. Essayer de ne pas faire ce qu'il dit. Hein. Il n'y a rien. Je peux pas rouvrir la porte, malheureusement. Celle-ci non plus. Et celle-ci toujours pas. Bon, on retourne pas mal en arrière. Hein.
You'll take the door on the left. Back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Non, non, là je vais pas le faire. Je sais pas s'il y a une porte à droite. Je peux rien faire, je peux rien faire. Rien, 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 rien.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Et boom!
No! Why did you do that?
Putain, bordel de
Hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Ah non, 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 je retourne pas. Oh bordel! Là ça devient... Ouais? Ouais! Ah oui! Bah putain, moi je veux cette œuvre d'art chez moi là. Ça devient le bordel là. Bon, y'a pas moyen de faire autre chose. Merde. Non. Peut-être si je retourne encore une fois dedans. Si je ferme la porte, je peux pas la fermer. Je peux absolument rien faire ici. Bon, c'est le bordel absolu par contre. Bon, on va retourner de l'autre sens. Ma foi, ici y a rien. Hein. Hop. Non, non, non.
Oh, it's
Ah,
ruined.
merde.
I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Non. Oh putain de bordel de chiottes. Putain. Allô le monde? Ah, c'est pas mieux, hein, là, on se croirait dans...
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Je t'en prie, je suis bientôt 18 ans.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so
hard. J'ai déjà fait ça. Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bon, d'accord, j'entre dans celle de gauche. Voilà, t'es content? J'espère que ce sera de nouveau le bordel. Ça a pas l'air d'être le bordel.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah, j'ose plus l'ouvrir celui-là, carrément. Je crois que j'ai trop fait le compte dedans.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
office. Il m'y oblige à voir la fin, mais je t'ai déjà vu ta putain de fin. J'espère qu'il y a un moment quand même où je pourrais la voir. Cette porte est fermée. Ok. On va fermer celle-ci aussi. Je crois que t'es un peu foiré là. Bon, on y va quand même.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Requin 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Requin marteau 115. Voilà, t'es content? White Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial
Comment les gens qui ont pas de micro, hein? Ça marche pas ta merde.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
C'est quoi ce bordel?
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Je ressemble à ça.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
Quoi, the end?
Are you listening to me?
What?
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision.
J'ai fait la vraie fin cette fois?
Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct.
T'es de ma gueule ou quoi? Je peux pas me suicider?
I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Ah, je peux rien faire, connard.
Take as much time as you need.
Je sais pas si je suis vraiment censé être ici, je pense oui, mais... Bon bah j'ai fini, je sais pas, attendez. Ok, j'ai l'impression d'avoir fini le jeu, c'est différent. Mais l'épisode dure déjà assez longtemps pour ceci, je sais même pas si je vais peut-être le découper en 2. Ça m'a l'air différent de la dernière fois là. Hein. Alors écoutez, on va se retrouver dans l'épisode 6, si je dis pas de conneries. On se retrouve à l'épisode 6 pour voir ce qui se passe là-devant. Allez, à tout à l'heure.